It's Wednesday, y'all. Uh-oh.
Shout out to whoever's going to be the one to start the dance. Who's it going to be? Oh, Jada looks like she wants to be the one. Ah, damn. Hey! Oh.
It's going. All right, come on in.
Hey, if you're looking for a beach chair or something to sit on, we got a bunch of them in these bins.
Beach chairs.
Right.
All y'all sitting down. If you want a chair, we have beach chairs over here.
Where
beach
we at,
chairs
Jada?
over here. You can grab a chair to sit in over here. Oh, whoa. Welcome. Scoot in. Make sure there's no empty seats in between you. No empty seats in between you. We need room. We need room for people. Need room.
Wow.
Come on in.
Oh, shout out to this crew right here. Really getting into it. Tracy, not quite sure if you know it. I don't think you do. You're looking around a lot like you don't. Oh, Sarah, you know it. Mary, you Mary. Oh, wow. Oh, the seated, it's twice as fast as the normal. Shout out. I want to know who can do this dance the fastest. Who can do this dance the fastest? It's nobody over here. They're too slow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like where Dee Dee's bringing to the table here. Oh, this is just a...
All right, 40 more seconds. Make sure you scoot in. No empty seats. We got beach chairs over here. Plenty of seating right here. Escuchar on over.
Oh, wow. Look, Dillman, can we turn our attention to Jada?
Wow.
She has lost her mind.
Speed run.
She has lost it.
It's broke. All right, make sure there's no empty seats in between, y'all. Scoot in. Come on in. We have beach chairs up the front. Bring it on up.
Wow. Go ahead and prop that up, would you? Just
make
prop
sure we
that
face
up.
it. Prop it up.
Oh, yeah.
Here it is.
Wow, shout out.
Wow.
What up, student ministry? How we doing today?
All right. Hey, we got a few things coming up. If you don't know this, Jordan, where are we meeting the entire summer for Wednesday nights?
Wow, here's the thing, friends. We got a couple of awesome renovations going on in our big auditorium over there. For the entire month of July, we will be in here repping it old school in the student building. We're going to be crammed in here like some sardines. It's going to get real intimate.
And stinky.
It's going to get sticky.
Much like sardines.
And stinky. Yeah, wow. Hey, but we've got some incredible things coming up for you guys this summer. I know some of y'all went to Beach Week. I know 14 of y'all went to Beach Week. I know some of y'all went to Freedom Week.
Up front and center. I love
27 went to Freedom Week. Hey, but we've got incredible things. Who here has ever been to a student ministry life group before?
Hey, life group. Come on, y'all.
Well, hey, summer life groups are happening. J-High,
That's
that is,
right.
if you just finished 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, Sunday mornings. It's the same. Come hang out. Your senior leaders are only with you for so long until they fly away and go to college. But it's going to be incredible. Keep meeting 9:30, 11:30 on Sundays. And high school, Dill.
High school is Thursday, 6 to 8. Make sure you're up here, high school, Thursday, 6 to 8. We do Bible study. We play volleyball. We have a lot of fun. Don't miss it. Thursdays. What day? Thank you. Thursday, 6 to 8, right up here. And then, get this, we have 2 huge events coming up real soon, Jordan.
That's right. For all of you who went to Freedom Week this summer, all you J-High ministriers, we've got an incredible opportunity called King of the Freedom Week.
Yeah, sure.
King of the Beach Week. If you are in our junior high ministry, we have from July 18th to July 21st, that is a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, ending on a Wednesday, an incredible opportunity, a leadership-style conference where you're going to have cool time within a team. You're going to have daily messages. We're going to play incredible games. It's going to be an awesome chance for you guys to grow. It's only $50, Dill.
$50, and we give you dinner every night. Have Kona Ice coming, ice cream coming, playing huge games. If you were at Freedom Week, we're basically taking Freedom Week and jamming it between these days here, July 18th to 21st.
That's right.
If you're in 6th or 7th grade.
That's
and
right.
then high school, we're doing the same thing for you guys. Our high school King of the Beach volleyball tournament is coming up July 25th, 28th. Don't worry, junior high, 6th and 7th graders, you can still play. But July 25th to 28th is our volleyball tournament. We also have an incredible King of the Beach week event for you as well happening. So make sure you sign up for that. Go online. Check it out. We want you there.
That's right.
And then,
come on, Dale. Tell them.
the biggest thing coming up in the student ministry
Tell
is
'em, Dillman.
August 18th, where we are doing our very own Candy Cino. That's right, Candy Cino coming up. And you might be asking yourself, Jordan, what's a Candy Cino?
What is a Candy Cino?
That
You're
sounds like
asking.
a casino built of candy.
Wow. Here's how we are going to be kicking off the new school year. We're going to be kicking off the fall with our first official shout out to my incoming seniors who went to my Candy Cino last year. But the first official student ministry Candy Cino where you guys will have the opportunity to play incredible games. I'm talking about we got some pig races coming.
Pig races?
What is that? You're about to find out.
You bet on pigs to race
It'll
with
be
candy.
incredible. I can't wait. It's going to be so fun. But you will have opportunities to win so much candy.
So much.
So much fun. Make so many memories. So mark your calendars. August 18th. It's coming. It's going to be so great. But in the spirit of Candy Cino, Dillman, what did we do today?
If you don't know what Candy Cino looks like, it's much like this. On your way in, we had a wonderful wheel. You might have put your name on one of these superheroes. And if you did, we are going to be spinning a wheel right in about 2 seconds. If your superhero gets picked, you will partake in all of this candy right
Come
here.
on.
All of this candy will be yours after service.
Dillman, where's Batman?
It's Batman. Batman's not on there. Batman's not on there. All right, here we go. Let's spin that wheel. Who do we want to win? I need the Hulk to win. Come on, Big Hulk. Come on, Hulk. Who's it going to be? It's going wherever. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Who's going to win?
Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch. Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel wins!
Oh!
Wow.
Where's she at? Where's she at?
Congratulations,
Wow.
Lainey, Faith, Sienna, Emma. Oh my gosh, so many people. Hey, if you wrote your name down there, come find us after service by the ping pong table. This is what you're winning. You are winning all of these candies right here, okay?
Wow.
All right, that being said, we love you guys. And we have a table on here that we need to get off. But we love you guys, and we're going to worship something good right now. Who's ready to worship with us?
Lift your voice.
There's a song that stirs the spirit, and it calls the heart to life. It's an anthem in the making. Can you feel it start to rise? Can you hear the generations getting louder over time? Every son and every daughter singing out into, come on, say it. It's not time to be silent. Don't you dare hide your light. There's a world outside your window, so don't let it pass you by. Lift your hands to the heavens, lift your voice to the sky, and praise the Lord of all creation. Let his name be lifted high. Everybody jump, go! From the famous to the faceless, from the power sound is heavenly. Every tribe, and we declare it out together. Sing it. It's not time to be silent. Don't you dare hide your light. 'Cause there's a world outside your window. So don't let it pass you by. Come on, lift it. Lift your hands to the heavens. Lift your voice to the sky. Praise the Lord of all creation. Let his name be lifted high. Sing it. Whoa. Sing it again. Hey. All right, here we go. Come on. See the world light up one heart at a time. See the strongholds break in the blink of an eye. Death and all our sin nowhere inside. For the Lord, he is alive. Say, let the rock return from the dead of the night. Every captive freed, every chain left behind. Have you ever heard all the world coming up? Let's go. Sing. See the strongholds break in the blink of an eye. Death and all our sin nowhere inside. For the Lord, he is alive. See the lost return from the dead of the night. Every captive freed, every chain left behind. Have you ever seen such a good? All the world coming alive. Everybody dance, go! Let's sing it. Come on, every voice. It's not time to be silent. Don't you dare hide your light. There's a world, so don't let it pass you by. Lift your hands to the heavens. Lift your voice to the sky. Praise the Lord. Let his name be lifted high. Come on, make some noise. Come on, this is a new one called Everything I Need by Woodlands Worship. Let's sing this out. Here we go. I know your love for me is everlasting. You know just what I need before I ask. And every time I am amazed when all my plans fall apart and I feel like giving up before I start. You tell me there's no better place. Come on, we sing it out. I have all I need. I have all I need. When the morning light is, I fall on my knees. I'm not gonna fight it. What could stop the sun from rising? Nothing keeps me from providing everything I need. Yeah. I have all. Let's go. I'm so thankful for your perfect timing. I'm just looking for a silver lining. I see your mercy every day. Yeah. Come on, when I can't find you in my story, you're never late 'cause you always go before me. I know you're making me a place. Come on, lift your voice. I have all I need. When the morning light is, I fall just have you. And if I just have you, I have all I need. If I just have you, I have everything. If I just have you, I have all I need. If I just have you, I have it. Sing it out. If I just have you, I have all I need. If I just have you, I have everything. If I just have you, I have. Say, if I just have you. Come on, get your hands up like this. I have all I need. When the morning light hits, I fall on my knees. Yeah. I'm not gonna fight it. What could stop the sun from rising? Nothing keeps you from providing. What could stop the sun from rising? 'Cause nothing keeps you from. What could stop? What could stop the sun from rising? Nothing keeps you from providing everything I need. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I have all I need. All right, come on, hands up like this. Here we go. I have all I need. I have all I need.
Woo! All right, you may try to find a seat. Happy hunting. You can sit here on the floor if you want. If you need to grab a stool or something, you're definitely welcome to still do that. Man, high school, it's been a while. I haven't gotten to hang out with you guys since Beach Week. How you doing? Man, Freedom Weekers, junior high, it's good to be back with you, have us all back in one place. Now, for a lot of you, you may not know this. This may be new to you, kind of the experience in this junior high building, but I know we, as you can tell, we're pretty crowded in here. But our ministry used to fit in this room on a regular basis pretty comfortably. And so God's been blessing. God's been growing. This is the roots of where we started from. This was the student ministry building where we kind of fit every week. And this is a summer crowd. This isn't even our fall crowd, our back-to-school crowd. And so this is where it all started. This is where the senior classes that have gone before you really invested into the grades behind them and help the student ministry and the pastor teams that have gone before you that have invested to help us to become the student ministry that we are today. And so God has really been blessing in a big way. And we are kicking off into a new summer series called Summer Vacay, taking a break and finding rest in God. Now, I was thinking about my high school days, especially my high school summers, my junior high summers. And if there's one thing I can say about the summers, for at least for me, is it really wasn't all that hard in many cases to find rest. Not that I wasn't busy, but for the most part, I didn't carry a whole lot of pressure. Now, some of you carry a lot of pressure, not like me. Your summers weren't like mine. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about as to where, yeah, you go really hard for a few hours or even a couple of days or even a couple of weeks, but then you're typically finding abilities to be able to recoup that energy back. But one of the things that is really, really important, and you're going to see how important it is tonight, is the ability to be able to take a Sabbath. To be able to take the things that typically grip your life and for one day a week to be able to set those things completely aside. Now, you may say, well, yeah, that sounds awesome, or that sounds easy, or that sounds like most of my summer. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm going to ask you to do this right now, okay? If you have a phone, I'm going to ask you right now to put it in a place where for the rest of service you won't be able to access it. Now, this isn't always something we do at Student Ministry Service, but it's something that we're going to do tonight as a part of kind of what we're doing, okay? So put your phone somewhere. I like that. Put it on stage. That's smart. We're going to start doing a phone bucket on stage, okay? And everyone's going to put their phone in the phone trough when service starts, okay? Put your phone somewhere where you won't be able to access it. You won't see the screen light up. You won't feel the vibration just for the rest of service, okay? Nothing. Some of you literally can't even take the step. You're like, no, that's too much. You have taken me too far, Mark. You have lost control in trying to get me to lose or put my phone away for even 45 minutes. All right, you ready? All right, get yourself to a place. All right, now for those of you who are new here, welcome to the student ministry. Can we welcome all of those who are new? Can you love on them? We're glad that you're here. All right, here's what we're going to do. Now, if you got the privilege of getting to go with us to our summer camps, you are blessed. It was an incredible family experience. If you are new to the student ministry family, know a few things. One, like you heard me saying before, this isn't where we normally meet. We normally have to meet in our main auditorium, so we're not all so bunched up. But we're going to have some real intimate times for the month of July, okay? And so here's the good reason why. They are putting in a whole new, they're doing a whole remodel of the building over there. They're working on putting on a new sound system for us over there. So it's going to be awesome. But while they're doing construction over there, it's pushing us over here, okay? And so one of the things you need to know if you're new here is this isn't where we always meet. Another thing that you need to know is that something that we really focused on all summer long was the ability to be able to center ourselves. We talked about it a lot at our junior high camp and at our high school camp. And for a lot of you, there's a good chance that since you've left camp, it's been a while since you've centered yourself. You've allowed yourself to get totally focused on what matters most. How does that happen? Do you ever ask yourself that? Like, how did life get so crazy? How did I get caught up again doing the same old things that I've missed the opportunity to maybe have a daily quiet time with the Lord, maybe just to spend 5 minutes in prayer with Him, just to focus, as we talked about at camp, doing something that keeps us from quitting that conversation with God. And so something, for those of you who are new, that we've been talking about a lot this summer is being able to center yourself. And so I want this series to be about taking the opportunity to center ourselves and find rest in God. Rest is so critical. Taking the moment to pause, to get away, to not wonder what's buzzing in on your phone, not being focused on what's going on with your friends around you, but being able to clear your hearts and minds, being able to come back to a place of rest. So can you do that? Let's just take 2 minutes, and I don't care if you close your eyes or not. I don't care if you look at the ceiling and count the ceiling tiles or the stripes in that light thing on the ceiling, okay, or whatever. Don't let yourself be distracted. But for 2 minutes, do your very best to center yourself. Get refocused on what matters most. Get reconnected into your conversation with God. Mark, what is a conversation with God? Remember, it's just about engaging God in your thought life. If you can get yourself to a place of gratitude where you're thanking God for what's going on in your world and in your life, you're probably at a pretty centered place. Once you can move yourself to a place of true, authentic thankfulness for what's going on in your world and in your life, being able to thank God, then try to quiet your thoughts and give God the opportunity to bring things up into your thoughts. Maybe things that you haven't accessed for a while. Are we together? All right, just a couple minutes. This is your time. Go. Are there any clumsy people in the room? You've ever been accused of being clumsy? Listen, when I was growing up, you guys have heard most of my Chubby Mark stories, but one of the things that you don't know about Mark is when I was like 8 years old, I already had a size 12 shoe, okay? So like, it was very strange. It made me very clumsy. It made my life generally where I trip a lot. And that wasn't real good because I was someone who was constantly on the move. And so whenever we traveled as a family, we traveled in style, okay? Like we had the most amazing 12-passenger Ford van, you know, just with the bench seats where like if something spilled on the ground, it would just stay sticky for months on end. You know what I'm saying? One of those kinds of vans. And so we would travel for family vacations because there were 7 of us kids. I had 6 siblings. There were 7 of us. When we would travel, all of y'all who got to fly on planes, like you've already flown on a plane. When I was your age, I had not taken a single plane trip yet, okay? Like, we didn't fly anywhere, okay? It's like, where are we going? Maine. How are we going to get there? The van, okay? Everything was the van. We traveled in the giant 12-passenger van. I had a huge family. We were the family that when we walked into church, everyone knew us just because the kids just kept coming through the door, okay? That's what we were known for. Like, oh, there's the Miller family, okay? Everyone in the church felt like they knew us just because of the size of family we were. And so we had a big family. When we traveled in this big two-tone blue van, light blue on top, navy blue on the side, had a huge sliding door so we could just all exit at once, okay, out the side of the van. And so, but as we would go on these van rides, right, if you think it's bad when you're in the back seat with like one sibling, put yourself in the back of a van with 6 siblings, okay? Like it was fight central, okay? And everyone would sleep. Okay, well, first of all, everyone would sleep except for me, okay? I had a hard time on a van ride resting because I was one of the youngest, and so therefore finding the good spot was never where it was. If you're the youngest sibling and you've ever been on a van trip, guess where you end up if you want to take a rest? On the floor. Thank you. There's a youngest right there, Ollie. Okay, in the middle, yes, you get squished in the middle. Oh, man. All right, anyways. So you get pushed on the floor. So sleeping wasn't all that good, okay? Because all the foul smells from your brothers, they all drift down to the floor, okay? That's where all the Cheetos and all the snacks that are eaten in the van, they all come down to the ground. Your best bet is to get a half-eaten pretzel or some Gardetto's mix that makes its way down between the seats, right? That's the life of the youngest sibling. And on the floor, why is it always 10 degrees hotter than it is where everyone else gets to sit? You know what I'm saying? It's the melting pot down there. All right, that was where I'd get to sit. But listen, stay with me. The reason that my siblings were always so annoyed with me is because I couldn't sit still. And if you're a younger sibling, you know that one of your siblings' favorite thing to tell you is like, just sit still. Would you just sit still? Would you just stop? Would you just sit still? Would you just go to sleep? Would you stop doing this? And of course, one of their all-time favorites is like, you are so immature. What? How? Why would you say that? It's a zinger, right? No one wants to be immature. Everyone wants to be liked by their older sibling. All right, now stay with me. But I can remember so clearly moving around that van, stepping on everyone with my giant feet as I try to move from row to row, getting annoyed by one group of siblings, so then being banished to the second row, and then the third row, and then back to the first row. And when I would finally lay down and finally find a place where I could get quiet and start to sleep, there's only one thing that will wake up everyone in the van. The snack bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as it crinkles, you just see like all 8 hands in the back go up, be like, Mom, can I have some? Dad, can I have some? Dad, can I have a drink? Can I get something? Can I have a Coke? Can I have some of those? That's the way it was. And then, of course, whoever opened the snacks first would be so mad because then here I would come, just Chubby Mark crawling over the seats trying to get to the snacks. I'm going to tell you something right now. Chubby Mark did not miss out on snack time, okay? He was not going to sleep through snack time. But it was hard on road trips to get rest for our whole family. Have you ever gotten to the end of a road trip, no matter how much you tried to sleep? You've ever traveled internationally on a plane? You've ever traveled on a bus to Florida or to Arkansas? No matter how much you try to sleep, unless your parents drugged you before you left. Some of you took some sleeping pills. I know you did. I'm proud of you. Shh. you know that no matter how much you try to sleep on that ride, you're exhausted when you get there. You just can't wait to sleep, to rest. You understand, in order to be able to enjoy your experience, how important rest is. Man, you need to know something. God made you for rest. God made you. God literally, in the way he created the world, set apart a day for you to be able to disengage from everything that the world says you need to be doing. And to have one day a week where you focus just on your relationship with God and your relationship with others. Now, when you're a kid, you know that the one thing that you hate is when your parents tell you it's nap time. When you're a teenager, you wonder why you ever hated nap time, right? Like, it's the best. Like, you are longing for nap time. Like in preschool, when they would just lay you out on a blue mat, and give you some milk and like half of a blanket, and you would just hate it because you're like, oh, I'm gonna take a nap. What if senior year they rolled out the nap mats again? You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, praise God. Football practice, after you've all showered up and whatever, it's like, all right, now, boys, 30-minute nap time, all right? Lay it out. Get the nap mats out. There's milk bottles over in the corner. Get yourself one of those juice boxes with the punchy straw. Take yourself a nap. What is it that makes us get from a place where we lose sight of the fact that God created us for rest? You want to know why the reason is that I had you put your phones away? It's because probably for a lot of you, even making it 30 minutes without your phone being opened at one point on some level is killing you. Do you want to know why I believe, not in all cases, but why anxiety, why depression, why anger has such a grip on so many students? It's because you stopped taking what God set apart for you. An opportunity to rest. To be able to block out the noise. To be able to stop listening to what the world is saying, what your social media friends are saying. That's not what matters. And to start being plugged into what God's saying. You want to know how serious, I'm telling you, you want to know how serious God said rest was in the Old Testament? Now remember, God created the world in how many days? 6 days. And then what? The seventh day, he did what? He rested. And God said, listen, he's literally setting an example. 6 days you work, you go all in. You put yourself out there. You go hard on the things that matter. You get into school. Man, open up your social media, dive in. But you have got to make a habit of resting. In the Old Testament, pre-Jesus, hear me. God understood how important it was for his people that he laid some serious rules. Listen to me what it says in in Exodus chapter 31. It says this. Now remember the Sabbath and keep it holy is a part of the 10 Commandments. It's commandment number 4, but listen to this. Then the Lord said to Moses, say to the Israelites, you, what? Must observe my Sabbaths, the day of rest. This will be a sign between me and you for the generations to come, so that you may know that I am the Lord. Pause. Why is it that God wanted them to take a Sabbath? So that they would remember what? That he is the Lord. Oftentimes, the reason you're anxious is because you have no peace because social media has become your Lord. What friends comment on your post has become your Lord. Keeping up with the latest TikTok video has become your Lord. Scrolling deep into the feed where you don't even know what day it is anymore becomes your Lord. Listen, God says you need to be able to put, this is going to be a big challenge, probably the hardest challenge I've ever laid out for this generation. you need to put your phone away for a whole day. Wow, that's hard, right? Listen to that. They're like, we're out of here. Where's Woods Edge? We're going. Stonebridge, call them up. All right, listen. Shh. A whole week? You did a whole week? That's awesome. All right, listen. All right. You laugh. Listen to how serious God takes it. So that you may know that I am the Lord, who makes you what? God says, don't you know I've set you apart? That I say I created you, that you have been fearfully and wonderfully made. I have set you apart to be my church, to be my people. Next verse. Observe the Sabbath because it is holy to you. Anyone who desecrates it is to be put to death. Yeah, it got real serious in the Israelite world, all right? Check this out. Those who check their social media even one time on that day must be kicked out of their family and from their people. This is serious. Next verse. For 6 days, work is to be done. Schoolwork, homework, phone work, spending time with people. But the seventh day is a day of Sabbath what? And it is holy to the Lord. Whoever looks at even one TikTok on the Sabbath day is to be put what? To death. Can you imagine if we followed those rules? Oh my gosh. All right, next verse. Shh. The Israelites are to observe the Sabbath, celebrating it for generations to come as a lasting, what's this word? Covenant. A promise, listen, between God and his people. Now, for most of you, beyond the God covenant that you've made, when you accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior, for most of you, the only other covenant you're going to enter into is the marriage covenant. Now, I want you to imagine that for 7 days a week, 365 days a year, I never carve out one day just for my wife. How's that relationship going to work? All right. Pause, listen. Shh. Is my wife and I, as the parents of our kids, if we aren't making an effort to get alone and spend time together, connecting our hearts, is it going to affect our ability to effectively and lovingly raise our kids together? 100%, right? So you understand that. Now let's say I go out, I take my wife out and we go out on a date. We go on a small vacation, and the whole time we're there, I just have my phone out, and we're just scrolling while we sit at the table with each other. Is that how you envision that should go? On some level, you value and you see that that's not going to bring about the connection that God created us for. God created you for rest. Now, here's good news. You are not under the law. Listen to me. What we saw in Exodus is not the rules that you're under. The Sabbath, hear me, is just as important for you as it was for the Israelites. Are you understanding me? Having that day of rest to connect with God and to connect with other people is just as important, but there's good news. Jesus reminded us when he came and gave his life for us on the cross, first of all, he set us free from the law. And there is no condemnation in Christ. You do not have to observe the Sabbath. There is no law that says that I have to carve time out to spend with my wife, my kids, or even with any of you. But I understand the fact that if I want to be really connected to you, I have to be able to get re-centered on what matters. Some of you, your whole lives, you're like 9-year-old Mark on a family road trip. You're just hopping over seats trying to get into your friend's world. I got to get into this TikTok and see what's going on. I got to hop over into this social media and see what's going on. I got to be over here. I got to be in this. Oh, the snack bag's open. I got to go over here and be with my friends over here. And your life is constantly being lived in motion. And you're constantly taking on the things that people say about you, the insults or the compliments, and you're living by them and you're missing out on what God had said. He said, listen, for 6 days, living out in that is a part of it. It's a part of doing life and doing ministry. But one day, if you really want to be able to be centered, you want to shake some of the bad habits that are in your life, you want to shake some of the anxiety, being overwhelmed by the pressures of school, being overwhelmed by the pressures of your body image, being overwhelmed by the pressures of just what's going on in your family, and you want to find yourself back at a recentered place, my challenge to you is give one day completely to your relationship with God and the relationship with people in your immediate circle. One day where you are able to completely shut off, diving into your normal things that you just tune into. And if you can't do it, it doesn't mean you're not a Christian. But you're going to struggle to ever find the rest and the peace that God created you for. What kind of rest do I want you to have? What is it that comes with being connected with Jesus? Did you know that one of the most famous passages in Scripture is Psalm 23? Anybody ever heard of Psalm 23? You ever heard that? Just a few of you? Okay. I think when I read it, a few more of you will. At almost any funeral you ever go to, when someone has passed away, the pastor at some point, either at the graveside service or in the service, will typically read from Psalm 23. When everyone is hurting, when everyone's life has been turned upside down, when everyone's at a place of deep grief, sadness, and loss, millions upon millions of people have found themselves being recentered by this passage. Let me read it for you. It says this in Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Do you find any peace in hearing that? Do you find any rest in that? Don't you know that that's what God wants you to be able to experience? To bring you back to a place of peace on a daily basis? You have got to stop and leave room to be guided by your good shepherd. God says, I am your shepherd. In me, you will lack nothing. I will make you lie down in green pastures when you need rest. I will lead you beside quiet waters. I'll also carry you through the valley of the shadow of death. I'll take you to a place where you don't have to fear your enemies. In fact, I'll prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies. In me you have rest. Here's why you are a sheep that is running for your life. Because you aren't stopping. You're not letting me have one day where you're experiencing an intentional focus on learning to hear my voice. You know, one of the things that I love about being a parent is that my boys know my voice. For a lot of you, you've been around me enough that you know my voice. You've been out at the soccer fields or something like that, been somewhere. I can't tell you how many people have come up to me and been like, we heard your voice and we knew it was you. You're like, seriously? You were like a mile away. And they're like, you have a loud voice. But my kids, they know my voice. And so many times when I speak, my kids hear me.
I would like to believe that even in a crowded space, have you ever been in a place in your life where you got lost? Somehow you got separated in the mall because you were hiding in a clothing rack or whatever. Why is that so fun? Why do we do that? It's amazing, right? Why did y'all let me get distracted? Stop that. You ever been at that place? And you popped out and all of a sudden you were around no one that you knew? I would like to believe that when my kids cry out, man, I know it's them. I wonder if any of you can relate to that, of when you heard a parent calling your voice and you knew it was them. For so many of you, the reason why you're probably going to walk away from your faith, are you hearing me? You know what I tell the seniors every year? The statistic that is out there says that 7 out of 10 students, somewhere between 7 out of 10 and 9 out of 10, it's crazy, year after year. Somewhere between 70 to 90% of students walk away from their faith when they go off to college. Do you know why? Because they went through all of their high school days, all of their junior high days, never actually learning to hear the voice of God. You want to know why so many of you are so anxious? Because all you can hear are your own thoughts. You aren't taking time to learn the voice of God. You know the voice of Olivia Rodrigo. You'd hear her voice in an instant. You'd be like, one beat. Yep, driver's license. Got it. You know Post Malone's voice. How many of you, when you watch an animated movie, you're like, I know exactly who that is. I'll tell you who that is right now. I can tell you. And that's Tom Cruise. I can hear it right there. You know lots of voices, but you've never learned the voice of God. God took this so seriously with his people when he was trying to set them apart. He said, listen, your life literally depends upon being able to hear my voice and responding to it. This got real serious for me when we were privileged to get to have a pool in our backyard for the first time. I began to realize that in some cases, my sons being able to hear my voice was life or death. And so when my 4-year-old now, when he was 3 years old and he'd get near the pool, or I'd see him go outside and I'd say, McCoy, get back inside. If he didn't listen to Dad's voice, I didn't keep whispering, McCoy, Bubba's, you're gonna die if you fall in that water. Come back, little fella. No, because you know a dad. You know exactly what I did. I'd say, McCoy. And if he was in real trouble, McCoy Jude. Get back in this house right now. Whew, with the right tone. Some of you can hear it right now. You're like, yee. Shh. With the right tone. Listen, when he turns around and comes back inside, first of all, what he gets is, he may glance a glare, then he'll get a warm smile. Hey, you can't go out there. It's dangerous. You need to listen to Dad's voice. If you can't listen to Dad's voice, we can't go swim in the pool. Listen, your dad has crazy, incredible adventures that he wants to take you on. That's what I tell my boys all the time. I want to do amazing, fun things with you. If you can't listen to my voice, we can't go. My job in the student ministry is to get to know your heart, and your job is to get to know my heart. I tell students all the time when we go to camp, I said it to a kid this year at junior high camp. I said, listen, I'm never going to put my hands on you, but I need to know that you'll listen to my voice. And I need to trust that you're going to listen to my voice. And I need you to trust that when I speak, it's going to be for your good. If we don't have that trust, you can't be at this camp with me. And I want you here with me so bad. Don't you understand that's what God is saying to your life? I have such incredible things for you, God says. But because I love you, for many of you, I can't take you to them because you don't know my voice. You won't stop when I say stop. You won't come back when I say come back because you don't know my voice. And for a lot of you, you have been living the religious life, but you've let yourself be separated from God's voice for so long. You're not training yourself by giving yourself a day of rest. You're not stopping and letting God speak to the point that I know for many of you, your faith's not real. You will leave it when it is challenged. Because when God is speaking to you and he's saying, come back, I'm right here. Come here, Megan. Come back, I'm here, I love you. Come here, Alyssa. Trevor, don't go into that grace and turn away from that. You won't, because you won't hear it. You won't recognize it. Because you have filled your life with all types of noise that has nothing to do with the one who set you apart and laid down his life for you on the cross. Many of you at camp, at some point, you were in a service and you got quiet and you heard his voice and you responded by stepping out and getting baptized. You responded by stepping into salvation. And you haven't stopped to hear his voice since. And so what noise are you listening to? Whatever the latest streaming show is. What voice are you listening to? Whatever is getting the most attention on social media. Whatever games on TV. Whatever pressure there is from school to get something accomplished and something done. And that's the voice you hear. You got to get this done. You got to get on that. You got to see what people are doing. And that's the only voice you hear. And it's a voice you can't satisfy. So where are you? You're anxious. You're overwhelmed. Some of you, you'll catch it and you'll come and you'll ask for help this year. And you'll say, pastors, help. Mark, Kara, Jordan, help. I haven't heard from the voice of the Lord in a long time. Some of you, you're taking the right steps and I'm so proud of you. One month of summer left. Are you going to waste it? The opportunity to rest in God when the pressure of school is not even there for most of you? Are you just going to fill it with a few more hours of screen time? Or can you accept the challenge for just one day to come to a place of total rest? Would you pray with me? Big challenge laid. To be able to stop. To be able to take a day of rest every week. One day of no social media. For some of you, social media may not be your struggle. It may be that you are constantly watching TV for the next game. One day of no games. One day where you just focus on recentering yourself on connecting with God and connecting with others. Can you do it? Do you even want to hear the voice of God? Is it even reasonable for you to believe that this day of rest will be the best day of your week. I'm not trying to drag you into something that's miserable. I'm trying to bring you back to something that will satisfy your life. God, we love you. But we are so tired of not being able to hear you. God, I pray for our student ministry this July as we pack this building out, as we come together for King of the Freedom Week, King of the Beach Week, volleyball tournaments and hangouts and Bible studies and services, that God, you'd help us to stop and learn to listen to your voice, so that what you have started in us will just grow and grow and grow, so that we can learn to share the voice of God with our kids and with our spouse. God, help us to start that process today. Help us to give you back one day each week. We love you, God. We're going to prove it to you. It's in your son's name we pray. Amen.
Come on, you sing this with me. I've lived stories that have proved your faithfulness. I've seen miracles my mind can't comprehend. There is beauty in what I can't understand. Jesus, it's you. Jesus, it's you. I believe you're the wonder-working God. You're the wonder-working God. All the miracles I've seen, too good to not believe. You're the wonder-working God, and you heal because you love. All the miracles we'll see, too good to not believe. Too good to not believe. Too good to not believe. I can't resurrect a man with my own hands, but just the mention of your name can raise the dead. Come on. So all the glory to the only one who can. Jesus, it's you. Jesus, it's you. I believe you're the wonder-working God. You're the wonder-working God. All the miracles I've seen, it's too good to not believe. You're the wonder-working God, and you heal because you love. too good to not believe. Oh. God, you're too good. You're too good to not believe. Hey. Come on, we sing this. I've seen cancer disappear. I've seen broken bodies healed. Don't you tell me he can't do it. Don't you tell me he can't do it. I've seen real life resurrection. I've seen mental health restored. Don't you tell me he can't do it. Don't you tell me. Come on, I've seen families. I've seen families reunited. I've seen prodigals return. Don't you tell me he can't do it. Don't you tell me he can't do it. I've seen troubled souls delivered. I've seen addicts finally free. Don't you tell me he can't do it. Come on, what it is in your life? What do you need? Sing it to him. Come on. 'Cause I've seen cancer disappear. I've seen broken bodies healed. Don't you tell me he can't do it. Don't you tell me he can't do it. 'Cause I've seen real life resurrection. I've seen mental health restored. Don't you tell me he can't do it. Don't you tell me he can't. I've seen families. I've seen families reunited. I've seen prodigals return. Don't you tell me he can't. Oh, there's nothing that he can't do. Tell me he troubled souls. I've seen troubled souls delivered. I've seen addicts finally free. Don't you tell me he can't do it. Don't you tell me. Oh, come on, we'll see cities. And we'll see cities in revival. Salvation flood the streets. Don't you tell me he can't do it. Don't you tell me. We'll see glory, come on. We'll see glory fill the nations like the world has never seen. Don't you tell me he can't do it. 'Cause I know that he can. And I believe you're the wonder-working God. You're the wonder-working God. All the miracles I've seen, too good to not believe. You are the wonder-working, and you heal because you love. All the miracles will sing, you're too good to not believe. You're the wonder-working God. You're the wonder-working God. All the miracles I'll say, you're too good to not believe. You're the wonder-working God. You heal because you love. All the miracles we'll see. You're too good to not believe. Too good to not. Come on, sing that out. Too good. After everything I've said, you're too good to not believe. Hey. Oh. After everything I've seen, you're too good to not believe. Too good. Dear God, we just praise your name tonight. God, for who you are. God, that you are a wonder-working God. God, that you can move mountains. God, you can say to the mountains, move, and they will get up and move their place. God, there's nothing too hard for you. There's nothing that you cannot do, God. We are in awe of you. God, we pray that you would just move in our hearts, that tonight's message would just resonate with us. God, that we would recognize you as a wonder-working God, and that we would give our lives over to you, give our yes to you, whatever it looks like for us, that we would trust you with that next step, God, because we've seen you move, God, and when we're ready for you to move in our lives, God, we want some of that. And we love you so much. Jesus.
I belong to you in the morning, in the evening. I belong to you every moment of every season. I belong to you. You have spoken, I know it's true. You chose me long before I chose you. In the fire, in the flood, you are enough. How divine and safe and precious is your love. So when I find myself on the verge of giving up, I will sing, I belong to you. Sing it out. I belong to you in the morning, in the evening. I belong to you every moment of every season. I belong to you in the morning, in the evening. I belong to you every moment of every season. I belong to you. You have spoken, I know it's true. You chose me long before I chose you. You chose me before I took a breath. You chose me when I couldn't pay my debts. You stormed the gates of hell to save me from my mess. Now I belong to you. You chose me before I took a breath. You chose me when I couldn't pay my debts. You stormed the gates of hell to save me from my mess. Now I belong to you, and you chose me before I took a breath. You chose me when I couldn't pay my debts. You stormed the gates of hell to save me from my mess. Now I belong to you.
Come on, lift your hands, lift your voice. Declare it out. You chose.
You chose me trying to find you. It feels like Satan working overtime times two. They say if it doesn't kill you, that refines you. But I'm trying to live, and that's bigger than survival. It's been a long night, it's been a long fight. So just remind me now, everything will be alright. Every little thing, every little thing. Every little thing, everything will be alright.
Wow, fantastic. Woo! I love it. I love the energy, Jordan. I love the energy. Who enjoyed worship tonight? Come on, people.
Snaps for that. Wow. Hey, we love you guys. We're so glad.
Oh, no.
Calm down. Calm down. There's important things that I have to tell you about yourself.
Nancy, for one more song.
Are you going to lead them or not? You zip it and you secure it. All right, hey.
One more.
Remember, we are going to be here this entire month. It's going to be so much fun, but we do not want you to miss out on what we got. High schoolers,
Yep.
when is your life group? That's
Thursday.
right. Tomorrow. It is Thursdays, 6 o'clock here.
Come on.
We'll be behind the deck over there. We'll be at
Yep.
volleyball courts. It's going to be incredible.
Yep.
King of
And
the Beach Week, Dill.
King of the Beach Week, junior high. Don't forget, 18th through the 21st.
Hey, sign up.
Come on.
Don't just mark your calendars. Sign up, or you'll forget because
Coming up.
it's summer and you're lazy, Dillman.
Next Wednesday is going to be Hawaiian Wednesday. Bring your Hawaiian shirt. We got Kona Ice coming.
Oh.
Kona Ice and Hawaiian pizza. No, I'm kidding. We don't got that. That's nasty.
We're not going to do Hawaiian
Nobody
pizza.
likes
Not good.
Hawaiian
I'm out
pizza.
on that. I'm out.
And real quick, does anybody want one more song? All
I don't
right.
believe you.
I
You're going to
am
have to
out.
convince them. I think they want to be done.
All right, we have one more song for y'all tonight. Into your eyes makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you. Reaching beyond the skies, running deep, stretching wide. Perfect love realized here with you. And this love is for real, you will never let go, never let go. It's more than just words left beyond my control, out of control. Hands up! This is real love, this is real love. This is real love, this is real love. Oh. You pull me closer, closer, holding my heart till the very end. Jesus, I'm found in your freedom. This is real love. This is real love. I want you. You won't let me down.